You are listening to the Extended Play Podcast with Ian Tank, featuring absolutely no one.
Welcome to the Extended Play Podcast with Ian Tank. We are a music discussion podcast without the hipster snobbery. And in today's episode, we are going to engage in one of our fan favorite, extended family favorite activities.
Well, you said engage in. I'm like,
we
I feel like we were either going to bang or murder someone.
I'm up for either.
Yeah.
Right? All right. It's Friday. Let's fucking do this.
It is. And, speaking of murdering someone, or vehicular manslaughter anyway.
Okay.
On the way here, there's a big billboard by, I would assume it's our government agency, and It says, like, maybe you've seen it. It says, if you're texting, it's like two bubbles on the screen.
Yeah.
One says, if you're texting, and the other says, who's driving?
Okay.
It's like a don't text and drive.
Yeah, sure.
Couldn't you just as realistically have a billboard that says, if you're reading this, who the fuck is looking at the road?
You could.
I thought of all ways to convey the message of how texting and driving is dangerous.
Right.
An 80-foot by 20-foot sign directing your attention 150 feet off to the side of the road.
Yeah, sure, exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. So you did not kill anybody on the way over?
I don't think so.
Okay. As far as you know.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought it might have been a pothole.
Okay.
It might have been a small child.
Right.
The sounds are very similar.
That setup was a little concerning, I got to be honest.
Yeah.
I know it's not a long trip over here, but
No.
Okay.
Well, that's why I was late.
So as I was saying, we in this episode, it's another fan favorite playlist challenge. And for our new listeners, a playlist challenge is where one of us, either myself, E, or my co-host Tank, picks a topic, and then we both come up with a list of 5 songs that have something to do with that topic. Usually has to do with the song titles, not always. We listen to the songs, we take notes, and then we come together and talk about them and give them a rating. So I'll rate the songs Tank provided for me, and Tank will rate the songs I provided to him. I chose the topic today. It was featuring. So I believe that means Tank goes first.
That's correct.
Yeah. And so the topic is featuring. So these are songs that have a guest artist on it. It doesn't necessarily have to have featuring in the title of the song.
Which I ended up doing anyway.
You did. So when I was looking through my library and just had songs for this, boy, do people handle this differently as far as the credits go.
Zero consistency.
It's all over the place.
Yep.
Sometimes it's like the artist featuring so-and-so. Sometimes it's in the song title. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's not mentioned at all, even though it's clear that there's a guest artist on it. Right. It's so weird.
I hate when it's in the title for multiple reasons, not the least of which is it fucks up my audio commands in the car.
Oh, okay.
When you want a song, if it's in the song title, you need to say play blah 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 featuring.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because otherwise it doesn't know.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that's super fucking annoying.
Yeah, I bet.
No, I think it was a very good choice though. And,
thanks.
And I did take it literally, to where all of mine had.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because I think when it says featuring in the artist credit line, it's a significant contribution.
That's true.
Right.
That's
because
true.
I think if we didn't follow that rule, then so much becomes eligible.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, for instance, I was thinking about, what was it? Ride Like the Wind? Because Michael McDonald pops up out of nowhere.
There's that great meme video about that. So good.
And I'm like, it's a featuring, but it doesn't say featuring. Right.
Such a long way to go.
Such a long way to go. Really need to do karaoke one of these nights.
Do.
All right. So for me, the songs that E gave me, I'm going to get right back in. Not back into it. I'm going to get to it.
Let's get started.
I wasn't fucking doing it. No, you didn't miss anything, folks. All right. So at number 5 in this list, I have Still Love by Teenage Wrist featuring Soft Cult. So first, in a minor grievance on my end.
Really, the playlist challenge has become a list of grievances.
It is. It has. It's like Festivus. So the unique to this is a lot of these I don't know the artist. So
oh sure.
like if you gave me one that was like the Rolling Stones featuring Madonna, I would be like, all right, I know what I'm waiting for.
Right.
If I don't know the artist,
Oh, good point.
I'm like, what is the feature?
Right.
Like, is it?
They could be either. You could flip flop.
I don't know who's
you would
who.
have no idea.
Is it and it'll come up a couple more times
Sure,
here.
yeah.
But it's like, oh, I gotta fucking research now. Like, who's what? I can't just listen to the song. I'm like,
Nope. Homework.
Yep. All right. All right. So anyway, regarding this song, it is number 5. And it was a definite number 5 for me.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Okay. Excellent.
However, I can now successfully identify this as shoegaze.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think the best part of the song in a lot of shoegaze songs, I think as a genre, I'm not a fan. I do like I liked Nothing.
Yeah.
There's going to be exceptions that I like every genre of music.
Yeah.
But I think as a genre, it's not my favorite because I always end up enjoying the first few seconds the most.
Okay. With the loud guitars.
Yes,
and
that
stuff,
one hit of guitar is like,
Yeah.
oh, it's nice. And then nothing, it's downhill from there.
Sure. I get it.
I really don't like the vocalist.
Okay.
I think that's what did it for me.
Okay.
And this song would have been way better if they let Soft Cult sing the whole thing.
I agree with that.
It worked
Good
way
call.
better with
Yes.
their voices.
You're right. You're right.
I think it was actually kind of a poor choice to set it up the way they did. I mean, I'm sure they had their artistic, air quoting, reasons for doing it.
Right.
But like, it was just so clear when they went second because they finished the song lyrically.
Yes.
Or vocally.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, that's way better.
Yes. It really was.
Like, I don't know. They should have mixed it up more so it wasn't so stark.
Yeah.
The lyrics piss me off.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like it's a high schooler trying to be deep.
I absolutely agree in that it sounds juvenile.
Right.
There's some lines in there in particular that are really poor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and I quote, bad taste on your tongue. Why don't you spit me out? I talk big shit. I got nothing to back it up.
Yeah.
I'm the shame and the sin of men, the mistakes of my future son. Fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Right. It's like, and there were a couple more, but that's just one excerpt.
Yeah, that was bad.
It's like, okay. It's like, all right, dude.
I gotta say, I like this sonically, and I like when she comes in at the end. I do like. I'm probably stealing your thunder here, but I like the way it's mixed, and the guitar sound is just really cool. It's really fuzzy and weird. Yeah, that's what I liked about it.
Yeah, sonically, I liked it.
Yeah.
And you know, if it was just Soft Cult vocals, and really, their lyrics, I think, were better. I don't know if they wrote them or not.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Who knows?
But they were definitely better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you change the lyrics, I probably would, probably middle of the pack for me. But as it was, I couldn't get past that.
That's
part.
fair.
All right. So number 4 for me is Never Catch Me by Flying Lotus featuring Kendrick Lamar.
It's intimate to my nerve that I just persevere. The big thought of falling off disappeared to my fate. They say their head is real. Analyze my demise, I say I'm super anxious. Recognize I deprive this feeling, then embrace it. Vandalizing these walls only if they can talk. Conversations on contemplate to my dark thoughts. Looking down on my soul now. Tell me I'm in control now. Tell me I can live long and I can live wrong and I can live right and I can sing song and I can unite with you that I love, you that I like. Look at my life and tell me I fight. This is that final destination.
I'm not familiar with Flying Lotus.
Oh, okay.
Which is funny because looking into it, it seems like the kind of producer I would have been
100%
familiar with.
Yeah.
Right. So his whole approach to beat making here does feel fresh.
Okay.
There's something about, it's kind of bomb squatty.
Yeah.
With its maniacal everywhere it is, but it much more jazzy.
For sure.
So I like it, but at times, and this is probably just my age, but like at times it got a little too spasmic. It was
okay.
It was too much.
Okay. It's a lot. The song is a lot for sure.
And if you take song structure out of it and you go in all these different directions and unpredictable, it maybe with enough listens and some familiarity, it kind of settles in.
Sure.
But for now, it was over the top.
Okay.
In energy.
Sure.
Maybe it would settle in.
Okay.
Either way, I like it.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of thing I am going to look into a little bit more, as a producer, as an artist.
Yeah.
And this would require a lot of listens to pull everything out of it. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. And I think generally for him, and I haven't done the homework either. So I'd love to hear what you find out. Cause I hear his name here and there pops up and he does a lot of collaborations and he does like anime shit. Like he seems like a really different dude. He collaborates with like Thundercat. He's in that whole group. So
now I can help you with that because, and what is now going to become a weekly tradition, Or at least every time we do a PC.
Yeah.
PC is insider lingo for playlist challenge.
Right. That's
folks.
right.
Just pull the curtain back a little bit for you.
That's right.
As always, I go to the Wikipedia page and see what genres.
Okay. Oh, great. Let's do it.
Yep.
I can't wait.
Flying Lotus is electric.
Okay. I didn't know that was a genre.
Yeah.
Okay. So he plugs things in.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Not electronic.
Yeah, he's 120 volts. / Avant hip hop.
Okay. I've never heard that one, but I like it.
/ new jazz.
Okay. Yep.
NU, not NEW.
Of course.
I'm going to skip one because it's my favorite.
Okay.
/ IDM. I know EDM.
I know EDM as well.
It's IDM.
I don't know.
/ progressive rap.
Okay. Sure.
Whatever.
Yeah. Fine.
Here's my favorite. / wonky.
Come on. Come on.
Dude, look it up.
Wonky.
That is verbatim what wonky is apparently a genre of music.
Did you click on that and then explore other wonky
I'll
artists?
save that for you. I wanted you to.
All right. That'll be my homework. I still haven't done my work on fucking Goblin Core. So
Yeah.
I'll do wonky and we'll have a wonky Goblin Core episode.
Fucking wonky. It's like, fuck off with whoever does this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start trolling Wikipedia. I'm going to go to artist pages and start editing the genres.
Oh, you should. You could do it for someone like Flying Lotus and know it would correct it.
Right.
It'd live there forever.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be like / spaghetti rap. Like, okay, whatever.
Sure.
Next thing you know, you see a fucking blog pop up like the top 10 artists of spaghetti rap. Who to look for? Anyway. So I'm going to go listen to it some more and unpack it. Because a lot of things that are kind of either genius or revolutionary, whatever, they're not going to go down easy.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
I do know I need to give it more. It's just, amongst this group of songs, first listen, it didn't quite hit me like the other three.
Sure.
All right. And at number 3 is the song Sunflower by Vampire Weekend featuring Steve Lacy. So my first note here is doobie doobie doo, doobie doobie doo,
Dooba 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 dooba.
Right.
Yeah.
So that has to be one of the catchiest hooks I've ever
It's
heard.
incredible.
That's insane.
My 10-year-old loves it.
Oh.
Loves it. It's so good.
Yeah. I listened to it like maybe 5 times.
it's awesome.
It's like
When they sing along with it too.
Yes.
It's so great.
fantastic. Yeah. So no shame in that.
Yeah.
I got no fucking idea what they're talking about in this song.
Oh, I don't either.
It's about the sunflower bending to the light, something about evil. I don't know, man.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't.
I mean, you could just totally word salad that thing. No one's going to give a
Absolutely.
shit. And they may have. So apparently the Ezra Koenig or whatever, he thought this was like a Fish song.
Oh, I can kind of see that.
Right.
Sure.
So I say I agree, but it's better than Fish.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't suck.
Right. Agree to disagree, but
I
that's fine.
And okay, so here's where I had the biggest confusion. Who the fuck is Steve Lacy? Like, maybe that's Steve Lacy singing the whole fucking song. I don't know.
No, I don't know what his contribution to this song is.
Okay.
Maybe he plays the guitar. I know.
Exactly.
So Steve Lacy's one of those things where I saw was it like in 2022, he put out an album. Everyone fucking loved it. I read the description said something about like progressive R&B. I'm like, no thanks. And I never listened to a single song.
Pass.
Like I can picture the album cover. Yes, it's a hard pass for me. So I don't know. He might be awesome. Maybe we do an album review or something, but gosh.
Yeah, because I mean, it said featuring Steve Lacy, and I don't know Vampire Weekend. Tangentially because the Rostam guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Who's no longer in the band, apparently.
Right.
Okay. So we talked about it, and I'm looking at the Wikipedia page, and then I'm looking at the Wikipedia for this particular song. Like,
Yeah.
the fuck is Steve Lacy? And then it just says he's an internet singer and guitarist. I don't know what internet singer means.
I don't know.
So then I'm like, I'm not familiar with the voice of the Vampire Weekend guy. I'm like, is Steve Lacy singing the whole song? Is he doing backing, or is he just playing the guitar at some point?
Yeah, I don't
My
know.
guess is it's guitar.
It could be the guitar.
Maybe
Sure.
he's a beep 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 beep.
Yeah.
That's a drop.
That's a drop and a half,
Yeah.
man. That's
Yeah.
great.
Start my fucking scat career. That kind of scat, not the other kind of scat.
Right. That is long in progress.
Oh, that's been established. I'm an icon.
Basically, we can follow you. We can find you wherever we need to, whenever we need to.
Exactly.
Just follow the trail, folks.
Yeah, literally. All right. So yeah, I like it. Super catchy. Might get old. Like maybe it's like,
it can get grating for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, great, just random fun song. At number 2 on the list of songs that E gave me with a feature is Elastic Heart by Sia, featuring The Weeknd and Diplo. So I feel like this is an example of how pop music can still be good. Because there's a lot of depth and nuance under the surface. If you picture this song as a body of water, there's a lot going on. It's deep.
Yes.
But if you just want a simple pop song, you can just skip along the top layer.
You absolutely could.
So I think it can serve both crowds.
Oh, that's a good observation. I agree.
So like there's some things that when it has depth, it's inaccessible.
Right.
And it's like, I don't get it. This sucks. Change it.
I don't have the time for this.
Right. Yeah. But you could be in a room with people that are not really going to look at it deeply and be like, oh, it's a good song. Yeah. And there's still enough meat there to chew on also.
Right.
So that's a pretty, actually, I think, difficult accomplishment.
Sure.
Solid lyrics about rebounding from a breakup. Before this, I don't think I knew what The Weeknd sounded like.
Oh, okay.
This is another one where it's like featuring The Weeknd and Diplo. Who's doing what? Right. And then not until the second half of the song.
Yeah.
Was it obvious? Yeah. Because even on the Wikipedia credits for the song.
Yeah.
The Weeknd isn't anywhere.
Yeah. So this was
not as a songwriter, not as producer, anything.
So I don't know what the process was like, but I first heard this song through the blogs or whatever from the Hunger Games soundtrack.
Right.
So it's on that, but then it made it to Sia's album, the big one, the one with Chandelier and everything.
With just her
on it. So Diplo produces it, but The Weeknd's not on it. And I think he adds, I really like the contrast in their voices.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I think it works well. But it was just funny to not see his name anywhere in the credits at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, good song.
Cool.
And I just like Sia as a vocalist.
She's great.
She's
great.
There's something magnetic about her voice and what she adds to a song.
Absolutely.
So, just quality pop song.
Cool.
Good song.
Yeah.
I probably need to get into Sia a little bit more. Every time I hear it, I like it. I like the work with 07.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how much I got into her after 07, tried following her a little bit. Her first couple albums. No, I got nothing to add about that. Yeah. You can cut that.
No, I'm not.
I have nothing.
Yes, you absolutely not.
You are absolutely cutting that. I'm going to rip a big fart into the microphone here just so you have to. Or say, throw out a racial slur. Yeah. Would that do it?
There you go.
Okay. Do it. Bingo.
All right.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, maybe I'll do like a minor deep dive on Sia. Maybe it's the sort of thing where like in small doses, I appreciate it. But then with a lot of it, I'm like, okay, a voice is a voice, but I can only take so much.
Right.
All right. So at number 1 is Right Back to It by Waxahachie featuring MJ Lenderman.
Like 'em all, I lose a bit of myself. Laying out eggshells. I've been yours for so long. Come right back to it. I let my mind run wild. I don't know why.
So as always, it's not a playlist challenge if he doesn't give me at least one artist who gives themselves a pseudonym.
Yeah, I love them. If no other reason to piss you off.
Every fucking time. I'm like, oh, Waxahachie, I wonder who's in that. Oh, it's one person.
That's right.
Great. And MJ Lenderman sounds like the kind of guy like trying to sell you financial services on TV late at night. I have zero idea who that is, nor did I look into it.
Okay. He's a guitar player in the band Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday is like a modern shoegaze band, but he plays this more sort of country adjacent rock when he does his own thing.
But he's also a singer.
He's also a singer.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not crazy about people. The blogs love him for whatever reason. Okay. I think he's okay. I'd like him in this song, obviously, but go ahead.
Yeah. So good vague lyrics. A theme of like lovers that keep finding each other, whether they should or not, they keep doing it. The voices work really well together here. They fit well. I really like the banjo here.
Yeah,
and how it's mixed.
Yeah, I love it.
It's perfectly placed to be noticeable and prevalent, but not like too much. And
yeah,
I don't know. It's like kind of a slow, melodic, quiet song, but it's just kind of like ding, ding. It kind of sticks out just enough.
It reads country, but not quite. It's that cool, you know what I mean? That in-between zone. Yeah.
And apparently she is sort of morphing and leaning more into like as her career goes on.
Yeah.
She's trending towards country, away from more, I guess, like indie alt, like, and yeah, so I really think I'm going to dig this artist. It's going to be an album by, and I guess this is brand new.
Brand new, just came out.
Right, like it's not even on an album.
Nope.
So
the album's not out yet. I think it comes out in like April or something. She's great. She's all over the place. She tries a bunch of different stuff. I really like her. I was thinking about this beforehand. Like it's affect is not the right word. She pronounces, it's almost like she has an accent when she sings. She pronounces words in a kind of funny way. I don't know where the accent is from, but I like it. It makes her very distinct.
Yeah, she's from like, she lives off the Waxahachie River.
Okay.
That's where the name came from, which partial credit, it's okay.
Yeah. Katie Crutchfield, is that her name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of a good name.
It's a great name.
I don't know, I'd give that up.
Yeah.
It's like when you hear about like a pro wrestler and you find out their real name, like that's a better wrestling name than the one you chose.
Right.
Anyway, so number one, I just dug it. And generally number ones are going to be, if I find one that I'm going to buy this album, I make it number one.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
That's what happened there.
Cool.
So those are the 5. And now I'm going to throw it back to E so he can evaluate and exacerbate and masturbate all over the 5 tracks.
Jesus.
I gave him.
I got a spoiler alert. I didn't like them enough to whip it out. So in case you're wondering.
All right. Well, that's disappointing.
Although speaking of, coming in at number 5 is Love Game by Eminem featuring Kendrick Lamar.
My goddamn jigger on Ace, cause your name I'm Beyonce. But fuck it, I'm moving on, you women are all crack. But I probably always keep on playing the game of
She doesn't love me, no she don't love me no more. She hates my company, yes she don't love me no more. I tried to get her up out of my head, left my bags at the door. She screams she loved me, like she never did before.
Okay, I was excited when I saw this because, we've talked about Eminem a decent amount on this show. I actually have not followed him at all since the first Marshall Mathers LP.
Wow.
Nothing.
So
like all these songs you've actually been mentioning in the show, I don't know them.
Wow.
Like, I can't think of the one that you recently mentioned. There's been a couple of them.
Yeah.
And I've heard the names and I should know them. I'd never even heard them before.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, cool. This is more recent than I've checked out. It's later than 1999. So I'll check it out. And I was incredibly disappointed.
Yeah.
In that, so this is 2013, it looks like. So it's now, 10, 11 years old. I don't know how old Eminem is. I think he's roughly our age.
Yeah, I think he's 51 or something.
Okay, so he's a little bit older than us. So even 10 years ago, let's say he's 41, and he's doing songs that are like, include like reenactments of fellatio.
Yeah.
Like, grow the fuck up.
Yeah,
I just found it so, I don't know. Something happened to me too when I became a dad where I'm like, the juvenile shit, like, the sex talk, those kind of rhymes, I don't go back and like, so there's like, so Straight Outta Compton, great album.
Right.
Easy Does It, great album.
Yeah.
I'll skip the songs that are all about blowjobs and fucking hoes and stuff like that. I'm just not interested in it. And there were so many lines from this that were so cringy.
Yeah, I knew it would be.
Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah. I knew you would like that.
Yeah.
But like, I do think it is intentional. It's tongue in cheek.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
so to speak.
Yes. And among other places. It's tongue and butthole. No, but I think it's a throwback to that.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Sure.
I don't think it's coincidence that it's where where he has Kendrick Lamar come on, the whole like West Coast.
Yeah,
Compton.
sure.
But I'm the same way.
Yeah.
The flow of both of them is great.
I agree.
And Kendrick Lamar, it's funny. I skipped right over this on mine. Sorry, but I don't like Kendrick Lamar lately.
Yeah, sure.
For me, I think he's gotten way too. This is the Kendrick that I liked when it was just about flow.
Okay.
I feel like he's trying to get way too cute.
Okay. Sure.
And trying too hard.
I see.
Like A Good Kid, Mad City, he just comes out and bam.
Yeah, sure.
Great out. But I feel like lately it's like he feels like he needs to live up to his billing.
Okay.
And back here it was just like, I'm just fucking rapping.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Anyway,
I can see that. No, and I wrote that down. I wrote down that I was reminded about Eminem's talent as an MC. Just the rapid fire. And I've seen him do it because I've seen him do it live, like in live performances.
Yeah.
There is something that, like, I'm just so impressed because there's a ton of MCs who can do rapid fire shit and then they're getting tons of help on stage. Right. He can do it all. Yeah. And I was really impressed. The wordplay, you know, there's some funny shit in there. Every once in a while I was laughing. Yeah, the intricacy of the rhyme schemes, like so many rhymes in one bar. It's really, really impressive. I do like Kendrick. So Kendrick does a bunch of voices, and I forgot that that's kind of his thing. He is all over the place with the way he manipulates his voice, which is very unique for an MC, particularly one that just has, like, you know, that has a ton of street cred too. Like, they're still viewed as an, you know, a super whatever, like a hard MC. Yeah. So I do like his voices, but again, the subject matter really put me off. One final thing is that I hate the beat of this song. There was a trend, and this is a throwback too, because it was way before 2013. It was more like the 80s and 90s, where they would take like 50s or 60s songs and then just add a beat behind them. And they'd be like bubblegum pop songs. Yeah. This is the Game of Love, the la 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 love. I fucking hate it. I don't know. It's like nails on a chalkboard. I was trying to write down why I dislike it so much. I just dislike it.
No, I get it.
Yeah. So anyway,
Eminem does a lot of that. He does a lot of lifting old songs straight up.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
Yeah, like was it the Stroke, you know, Billy Squire song, whatever. Like,
oh, did he? Okay.
He'll take a lot of like. Do you remember like
the Dido song? Right. That's
right.
Just,
that's true.
Yeah.
But like, do you remember like Berserk or Rap God or?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Wow, you're gonna start getting a decent amount of Eminem.
Okay. All right. I'm in for it.
All right.
Yeah. No. So that's number 5.
All right.
Number 4 is Dance Off, which is, I got to read all the credits to this one. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis featuring Idris Elba and Anderson .Paak.
I challenge you to a dance off. Hands off, no trash talk, no back walk. On the black top, just me, you, that's all. No cat calls, no tag teams, no mascots. Right now, dance off. Get down the floor. Get down the floor. Go. Get down the floor. Do it. Come on and get down the floor. Go.
I grab my ankle and pull it up and do that thing where I move my butt. I got the motherfucker, don't use it up. I say, there it is, then loosen my tux and then I shimmy to the left.
Okay, so I am putting this out there for Idris Elba. I know you're listening right now.
Yeah.
And the dude from Soul to Soul. I will back a collaboration between them. Just talking random commands. It's so weird.
It is, right?
He opens the song, and I watched the video for whatever reason. When I was listening to these songs, I was watching the video is fucking bizarre. He's wearing like a Cruella de Vil fur jacket that's half black and half white. It's like a Phantom of the Opera type vibe, which actually makes sense with the way he's delivering the lines. It's so bizarre. And Idris Elba has a music career.
Okay.
Like, I think he raps.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was surprised that he didn't actually rap, and it's just this weird,
yes, like a Vincent Price.
It really is like a Vincent Price thing. So there's his lines to start it off, which are bizarre with the organ behind it, and then the beat drops, and the beat is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
it's dark and weird and like bass heavy, and I really like it. And then that kind of goes away, and it shifts. So this song goes through a lot of different shifts, both in like. I think it's Macklemore most of the time. He's changing his voice, and I don't know what Macklemore sounds like, so I didn't know which is like his voice. I think it's the very first one.
Yes.
It's like his normal, delivery. Okay. Song's stupid. It's about dancing. And I get it if it's fun and you're supposed to like, heed Idris Elba's directive and get on the dance floor.
Yeah.
I understand why the song would be about dancing, but other than that, it just left me just blah. Just
I figured this would be number 5.
I couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
Anderson .Paak's got like 10 words in the song at the very end. I don't understand what his contribute. Like, why have him on if he's just going to do like 10? I don't know if he produced it or if he plays. I know he plays drums. I don't know if he plays drums on the song. There is a line. Speaking of juvenile sex shit, like the Eminem song. Where I don't know why this comes up in the song, but Macklemore says, "Your grandpa got a cock like a ham hock." Hella old. Hella. He says, oh shit, I wrote it down wrong, but it's like hella old, hella something, looking like Matlock. Yeah. It's just so weird that he's talking about, geriatric penises.
Yep.
It's just bizarre.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I am glad I heard it because now I'll always for the rest of my life be able to recite, I challenge you to a dance off.
Hands off.
Yeah. Solid number 4.
Nice.
Oh, this is a tough one. So I'm rating this on the fly. Let's go with Flyentology by LP featuring Trent Reznor. I had high aspirations for this song because, again, I have not dug deep into LP's back catalog, and I know this is an album that's seen as like some of his best work, right?
Yeah.
I'll Sleep When You're Dead. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's great at album titles.
He really is great at album titles. I'm sure you can appreciate this. He wins the Bob Mould Award this week. His vocals are way too low in the mix.
Yeah.
And in a hip hop song, it doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
So I don't know if they went back and, because I know he re-released a bunch of his old stuff. I wonder if he remastered them and in the new ones it's different.
Could be.
That's what
I don't know.
If I were him and I were remastering these albums, I would change the beat is way too, because the beat's kind of chaotic and it drowns him out and he needs to be high up in the mix. So the lyrics, I don't totally know what this song is about. It sounds like he's on a plane. The plane's gonna crash. He's praying that it doesn't crash, but he's not religious, so he's worried that he's like no one's gonna help him out. Okay. So it's a very specific circumstance to have a whole song about, and the song's called Flyentology. So there's the fly. I figure when I saw Flyentology be like, I dress so fly, like I thought it was a hip hop. No, I think it's about literally about flying, and Scientology, right? So it's a play on religion. Yeah, I mean he has a good line about there are no atheists in the foxholes, right? There's some cool wordplay, but he really only has like one verse. It's like 2 half verses. Yeah, it's mostly chorus and bridge.
Right. I think I like the song, but I feel like there's a ton of potential left on the table.
Yes, I 100% agree. That's a good way to put it.
I feel like this song is like half done.
Yes.
And if you got Trent Reznor.
Yeah.
And you knew it was going to get attention, and it was in Breaking Bad. So that's why.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah, so there's a party at Jesse's house in one episode.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, I agree. I agree that it's like it should have had huge mainstream success and been a huge song. Yeah. Not that that's what LP is gunning for, but
right. I know what you mean.
Yeah, a lot of potential there that was unused.
Yeah. Trent's voice fits it. The beat, his voice hits the beat. I wasn't sure when I saw his name on it how that was going to work in a hip hop song. It makes a lot of sense because it's like there's an industrial sort of sound to it. But hearing Trent say things like, he said a weird line. He said, I'll become your soldier, at least for this day. Hearing that come out of Trent Reznor's mouth is weird. Like he's kind of like delivering a hip hop line. Yeah. But it's Trent Reznor. Like there was a bit of like, yeah, that was weird. But yeah, it was good. I agree. I think I agree with yours. It could have been better, but I like it. Solid number 3. Number 2, Mos Def featuring Slick Rick, Auditorium.
Fantastic. Original. And always on time. And rocking your mind. It's like
sit and come relax. Riddle of the Mac. It's the patch. I'm a soldier in the middle of Iraq. What say about noonish? Coming out the whip and looking at me curious, a young Iraqi.
I did not see a Mos Def Slick Rick collab happening. I mean,
funny thing about the credits on this too is on the album officially it is featuring The Ruler.
Rick the Ruler, right?
Right.
Yeah, sure.
But then other places it's Slick Rick.
Oh, that's
so
weird.
it's like they don't even.
God.
It depends on where you see it as to what they address it
so
as.
Stupid.
Yeah.
the first thing I wrote down was sick beat. It starts off with like flutes and stuff, and then there's this string line this hook that keeps repeating over and over, and then I think at one point it's replaced. It goes from a sample to actual strings, which is a cool thing that happens every so often in hip hop beats. The beat is fantastic. The song is weird, particularly the Ruler's verse, where he is a soldier in Iraq for something, and it's completely non sequitur to Mos Def's section. They're two totally different songs, really. So anyway, back it up. Mos Def, his flow is fantastic. I love the way
I miss Mos Def.
I know he's got like kind of a lisp, which I really find endearing. Even there's not much meat to his lyrics in this particular song, but just hearing him, like his flow, his internal rhyme, he's just so good, so good, so old school hip hop but modern at the same time. The Slick Rick thing is just so weird. And then there's a sample from I looked it up. It's like samples of someone speaking Arabic. It's from the movie Battle of Algiers. It's just bizarre. Slick Rick has lines like, at the very end, he says, I become the Elvis of Baghdad. I don't know how closely you listen to his lines. They're so weird. I don't understand it. Like he's a soldier in Iraq. He meets a little boy. Then he raps la-di-da-di for him. And then the kid's like, oh yeah, you're awesome. You're the Elvis of Baghdad. It's just fucking all over the place. Anyway, this is worth the price of admission for the beat and for Mos Def. So
it feels like maybe it's sort of those things that on paper looked good or worked, or just if someone, maybe Mos Def is probably an idol, right?
For sure.
And someone's like, oh, you want to work with Slick Rick? He's like, sure. And then no one ever really, it's like, there's not a good place for it, but fuck it. Just give him a verse.
It almost feels like an ODB situation, like a SZA ODB situation, where it's like, well, we got this random verse from Slick Rick. You want to just drop it in your song? Sure. Right. Except he's not dead. Right. Yeah. Anyway, that's solid number 2.
All right.
And number 1 is Aurora. That's 07 featuring Jose Gonzalez.
Under Aurora, we bow. Watching the distance explode. Far away things appear exposed.
So, like Tank, I'm a big fan of 07. This is off the album The Garden, which when I go to the record store, I often look like I like 07. It was hard to find their vinyl anywhere, and I when I'm going backwards and buying albums that are older, there's something that I would listen to a lot, right? So I would go and I'd look in the sort of area where 07 would be, and the first one I found was The Garden. I'm like, I never even bought this when it came out, and it's not a good album, in my opinion. I found it like I actually filed it away because I don't have any room to store my records in the office anymore. Okay, I put it on a shelf somewhere because I'm never going to listen to it again, which is surprising because I do like this song, and I like Jose Gonzalez is on a lot of 07 tracks. He's got a very unique voice.
So it's not on The Garden.
It's not on The Garden?
No.
What's it on?
It's an EP.
It's on an EP.
You know what? It might have been on like a expanded version.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah.
So okay.
I didn't want to cut you off.
Maybe that's why. So maybe that's why I didn't like The Garden. Like if this song was on The Garden, I would have liked it more. It would have made it. It's my okay. All right, that's fine. Either way, he's on a lot of 07 tracks. I think
a lot.
A lot of them. And he's more like when he does his solo stuff, it's like songwriter. He does some. I think he has full Spanish language albums. I've tried them and I don't connect with them at all.
I was just going to say, I keep forgetting to check him out because I love his voice on these songs.
I agree. In my opinion, whoa. Just swatting the microphone over.
This whole segment's been
just a fucking train wreck. Yeah, I'm like, why is Tank not paying attention to what I'm saying? Am I that boring? And he's looking up to make sense.
Yeah, I'm like, before I say this, I'm going to verify. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't connect at all with his solo stuff. I like his voice. He always double tracks his voice, and I think it works for him. So anyway, it did have me going down a rabbit hole a little bit and trying to find other stuff that I did like him on, or other 07 songs. There's a song on the Dark Was the Night compilation where he does a Nick Drake cover of the cello song, and it's super good. I highly recommend, if you haven't heard that one, to check that out. But this song, I mean, super intricate, groovy, jazzy, hip-hoppy beat, like 07's known for. The drum never, like, I was waiting for the drop for a long time, and the drop never comes. And that was actually okay. By the time I listened to it a second time, I'm like, oh, it actually doesn't need the drop. I mean, there's not a whole lot for me to say about it. Like, if this was an instrumental, I'd be fine with it.
Right.
His voice does add to it. The lyrics are, whatever. We are a mystery to be released onto Aurora we're bound. It's just vague kind of nonsense, which is fine. I'm totally fine with
word
it.
salad works with this kind of music.
It does. I agree. So I really enjoy it. And for, 07, I don't know if they really even exist anymore, but we talk about them a lot on this show. For our listeners, if you haven't, please go back and check out their back catalog. They're like essentially like almost like a production duo, except they play the instruments as well. And they gave Sia like her big break way back in the day. People might know them from the Garden State soundtrack, I think. But anyway, like 07 was my wedding song that we danced to. So highly recommend going into their back catalog and checking them out.
I'm so frustrated that they don't.
I know.
And it's like, and they just drizzle out.
I know.
Like, you'll get an EP and then just a single. It's like, God damn it.
And no one, like, whatever genre they are, like, I've heard them like down tempo or chill hop or whatever they are. No one does it quite like they do it. Like, you'll get recommended, like, if you say if you're looking in the whatever streaming service, they'll say like artists like this, and they'll say like Massive Attack or whoever. It's not the same.
No,
it's not the same. They bring something really unique to it, and I think very underrated. So I didn't know the song, so I was super happy to hear it. So this is going on a playlist for sure. Yeah.
It was on an EP, and that's the other thing that pisses me off is, like, I do a lot, as you know, I listen mostly to my library, right? And, I will use shuffle, and sometimes it'll be artist, sometimes album. And when I want to listen to 07, like, there's like, I don't know, maybe 5 studio albums or something. But if I go to those albums, I'm never going to get these songs. There's one called Swimmers also.
Okay.
Where it's like, I have to like go to like, it's its own album, the one song.
Right.
It's like,
it's annoying.
Yeah.
Anyway, really liked it.
Cool.
So that about wraps it up for today's playlist challenge. If you haven't, please follow, subscribe to the Extended Play podcast. That way, every time we drop a new episode, you'll get a little alert. That's what I have notifications turned on for me. So that, right, very self-serving. I can see, our episode actually published, and there it is. And I can just click on it and listen to it right away. It also helps other people find the podcast, and we'd love to grow the extended family. So
we do.
That'd be great.
We need more children.
We do. we do. And don't forget about our video show. So we drop 2 episodes a week in this season. On Tuesdays, we have our audio show. On Thursdays, our video show, which is only for right now, only over on YouTube. So please check us out over there. It's been really fun to do. So far, we've done an album review. And we talked a little about video reviews. Yeah. And we did video reactions, and we did an album cover critiques. So there's a lot of fun stuff going on over there. So please head over there and please like, subscribe, and follow all those things. That's it. So until next time.
All right, see you, folks.
We'll see you.
Picture this, I'm a bag of dicks, put me to your lips, I am sick, I will punch a baby bear in his shit, give me lip, I'ma send you to the yard, get a stick, make a switch, I can end the conversation real quick, I am